Some people have asked us how we like our Airstream and how it compares to other brands. So we've never owned another camper. This is our first camper, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I will let you know our experiences and how things have held up through the 5 years that we've owned it. After our first year of owning the Airstream, we purchased it from Las Vegas Airstream, and we went back to them at the 1 year mark, and the guy literally had a pen and paper on a clipboard, and I walked around and toured him in the Airstream and showed him any problems that I had. And then he wrote everything down, and they fixed it all under warranty. So I'll go through some of those right now. One thing Airstream is a little notorious for are the door locks. They tend to stick a little bit, and so that was the first thing that we pointed out, is when we lock the door, sometimes we couldn't get the doors to unlock when we unlocked them. He went ahead and had them retighten all the bolts on the inside of the door lock. So now it works with both of our keys, and both locks work. When we first purchased our Airstream, we stored it outdoors in Vegas. And as you know, Vegas is a desert and temperatures can get 100 plus over the summer, which caused some cracking in our bathroom. So I did point out the cracks, and I will try to find pictures, but I don't know that I have any of the cracks on the bathroom wall. And because it was heat related, the Airstream dealership went ahead and they replaced the interior of the bathroom door. The interior of the bathroom. So these walls used to be the same like laminate as the countertops, and they replaced it with coated aluminum. So they were able to redo all 3 walls. So we've not had any cracking or any kind of water leaks since. The only thing they weren't able to replace was the interior of the bathroom door. So this is what the shower did look like, because for them to cut the aluminum, it would have left some rough edging, and they wanted to make sure there were no cuts or anything like that, so we wouldn't hurt ourselves. So this remained the same, but the interior was replaced. The next thing was also due to the heat in Las Vegas. This mirror had fallen down, and they went ahead and replaced it and reattached the mirror when they completed the bathroom. Continuing the trend with the Vegas heat, the edging on the countertops had come apart from the counters, and they went ahead and reinstalled and re-glued them back to the counters, so there are no more gaps. Moving to the back side of the Basecamp. The laminate on the storage was delaminating or coming unglued from the bed. So they went ahead and re-glued the laminate on the bed seat or the plywood underneath. The last thing that we had them replace was this, and it is a never-ending battle. It is due to the heat and the sun beating down on it. This is facing south, which is getting a lot of sun. It also happened in Vegas, is the Velcro strips are coming unglued from the plastic. So they did replace them and re-glue them. But again, a few years later, they've come undone again, so that will need to be re-glued. And finally, when we brought it in for the warranty work in Las Vegas, there was a recall for the Dometic refrigerator freezer that they went ahead and took care of while it was there. The next thing, while we've owned it for 5 years, we've had a few recalls. I've already talked about the Dometic refrigerator. We did have a recall for the AC unit up top where the bolts could come loose, and that was taken care in one of our visits, one of our maintenance visits. The next one was a recall on the glass window on the side door. During travel, some of the windows were coming unglued and falling out. I believe this was pertaining to newer model Airstreams. Ours is a 2018. We never had any issues with the glass, but when we did bring it in for service, they went ahead and re-glued the glass window to the door. After surviving a few years of Vegas heat in our Airstream, we went ahead and changed climates and moved to Colorado. Our first year in Colorado, we did not realize that we needed to winterize our Airstream. So when we took the Basecamp out on our first camping trip of the season, the pipes underneath had hairline cracks. So we hooked up the water, everything was great, and our very kind neighbor came over and said, your Airstream is leaking water everywhere. So we had a workaround. It was mostly in the hot water pipes, so we were able to turn on the hot water bypass valve that went ahead and just allowed us to have cold water to make it through our camping trip. But then when we got back, we took it to the local Airstream dealership in Denver, Colorado, and they replaced much of the piping underneath the base camp, as well as the shower and faucet in the wet bath, because that had cracked too, and once the water went there, it was coming out leaking from the faucets. The final thing that we have had to replace was the back door. At the same time that we had the winterization issue, the window was lifting off the seal of the back door. When we did bring it in, they did replace the seal around the back window and re-glued it. And this was submitted to Airstream, and they deemed it a warranty issue and replaced it at no charge. That wraps up all the repairs that we've done to our Airstream Basecamp in the last 5 years that we've owned it. Most of these were covered under warranty, so they were done at no charge to us. We did have to pay for some of these repairs, but I believe that's just the cost of owning a camper for 5 years. We've gotten much use out of it, about 2 to 3 weeks every year. So we're very happy with how this has held up and how much we've enjoyed camping in our base camp. Thanks for watching and have a great day.